from New York City, it's Wendy Williams. Today, funny man Kirk reveals secrets about his scandalous new show, The Test. Plus, Us Weekly's Ian Drew is back and giving Wendy the inside scoop about one of Hollywood's hottest hookups. And all the latest juicy hot topics. Now, here's Wendy.
Thank you for watching today. I'm so glad that you're here. After that reception, I'm doing great. Thank you. Okay, a lot to share with you. You know, Kanye doesn't want Kim to sign a prenup. Now that's love. Plus, Lindsay Lohan might have fallen off the wagon. I'll show you the picture. I know what I believe. You be the judge. And Pauly D's got baby mama drama. Let's talk about it and more. It's time for Hot Topics. Me too. So, yeah. Come on, I want to get through all my stories though today, because sometimes, you know, we have more stories and then before I know it, Hot Topics is done and then I have stories left on the table. I want to get to them all. All right, so first of all, we all know that Kim and Kanye are engaged. Now we have the exclusive proposal video from E! News. And the reason that they put this video out, in my mind, is because there was some two-faced friend at the stadium on the night of the engagement who took the camera phone footage and it's all over the internet. And it's grainy and hazy and not such good quality. So, you know, Kardashians probably called up E! and said, listen, as long as it's out there, let's show a good version of it. And so there it is. They're running. Nobody knew about the engagement except for that mother. You know, not Chloe, like none of them knew. So they thought that they were going to the stadium because it was Kim's 33rd birthday. And so it wasn't unusual for Kanye to, you know, want to do a grandiose overture to her for her birthday. And so it wasn't until she read up there on the monitor, you know, will you marry me, that she saw. Now, yeah. So it was videoed. E! had the footage, which means it's going to be part of, I guess, keeping up with the Kardashians. If they do get married, there will not be a prenup. According to Kanye and the HollywoodLife.com, they're saying that Kanye doesn't want a prenuptial agreement. He thinks they're tacky and awkward. I think they're awkward. You know what? I have to say, good choice. And I'll tell you why. Because he's worth 100 million, she's worth 40 million. To me and you, you know, 40, 100, same thing. You know, you have your money, I have my money. Listen. She has a baby by him. This is not just some random, you know, love. You know, a baby grounds relationships, you know, let's face it. And, you know, he loves her like that. Like, he is hypnotized. I don't know what she's doing, but he's hypnotized. So if they actually get married, which I know, it looks like they probably will. My crow is ready. I got my hot sauce. You know, but I'm happy for them. I always root for love. It's just weird love, that's all. But good choice. I know Susie Orman hates that we don't have prenups. I don't have a prenup. Do you have a prenup? I don't have a prenup. I just think that it ruins the whole love moment. Like, oh, really? You think I'm in it for the money? Susie Orman thinks that whether you are a nurse over at St. Barnabas or a school teacher, you know, uptown, Susie has said that we all need prenups. I don't agree. That's my opinion. Anyway, according to TMZ, Bruce Jenner was not invited to the proposal. Well, that says a lot. I mean, that right there says a lot, because even though Kanye told Chris if Bruce, and we know Bruce and Chris are now separated, but that's pretty crappy that she couldn't share it with the kid's stepfather and that he wasn't there. Hi, Bruce. Anyway, in more Kardashian news, Lamar also wasn't there. Guess where he was? Outside, rehab. Well, he was the furthest place from rehab. TMZ cameras found him outside of a chicken restaurant where it was $5 margarita night. I am not making this up. And we've got the footage to prove it. And before I show you the footage, notice his eyes. Do they look a little, Okay, now here comes Lamar. Hit it.
No. Do you feel like since you weren't invited to Kim and Kanye's engagement that...
Who told you I wasn't invited?
Well, you weren't there, right?
That means I wasn't invited?
I don't know. Were you?
You see my wedding ring on?
I see your wedding ring.
Of course I'm invited.
How come you didn't go then?
I had something to do.
What did you have to do?
Maybe I had to do something personal.
Okay. Was Chloe all right with that?
Right? Who? I think everybody's all right. All right?
Thank you for... You guys, like,
do
you guys see each other on a regular basis? Do you talk?
Yes, we talk like a normal family.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to give me a hug? You come here, you give me a hug.
I mean, the big engagement at the stadium was the time to have a united front. Even if Lamar is not going to be a big integral part of the new season of Keeping Up with Kardashians, for him to be there, for them to have a fully intact, Bruce should have been there, Lamar should have been there. You know, when Chris was telling Khloe, look, you know, Kanye's planning something for Kim for her birthday, you know, let's all go to the stadium and everything. Khloe, if they're together like that, at least at a big event like that, I think that Lamar should have been there instead of acting weird outside of a chicken restaurant. Something a little bit weird about that footage, do you know what I mean? Anyway, so hello to Lamar and congratulations to Kim and Kanye and the baby and the whole bit. Talking about babies, this Pauly D story is really just explosive. All right, his baby's mother and he are at war. Well, Pauly fathered the baby girl with a former Hooters waitress named Amanda. Excuse me? Why do people look at Hooters like that? Hooters is not like that. Hooters has good wings and stuff. I mean, it's not... I mean, it's not... They're so judgmental. Anyway, he met her while he was DJing in Vegas. The baby is 5 months old, and Pauly D and Amanda are now fighting over custody and cash. Well, Amanda reportedly is demanding child support, of course, even though Pauly is willing to take care of the child. In other words, he wants full custody. So he doesn't want the child support with, I guess, this random hookup. That it appears that this is what it was, you know, a random hookup. But you know what? This is the very type of woman that we warn our son about every single day. And if you have sons and you don't talk to him about chicks like this, he'll be the next Pauly D. Now, look, let me tell you something. The pictures of this young lady, Amanda, first of all, she has a 3-year-old already. Okay, okay. She's got a 3-year-old or something like that. He looked about 3. Anyway, all the pictures of her, she's all over social media, and all of her pictures look just like this one and more scantily clad. She really does rim those eyes, right? Second of all, on her Twitter, she listed the date of this event at the pool party where she knew that Pauly was going to be DJing. Now, I don't know whether it was her intent to go there and hook up with Pauly. All I know is, guys, sometimes you all can be so stupid. Pauly, you walked right into this. So what you need to do is, unless you can prove that this girl is on meth or something like that, and we've heard nothing, you know, unless you can prove she's an unfit mother, a baby needs to be with the mother. You need to pay your child support and live with this because you made your bed. That'll learn you to random hook up. Or at the very least, that'll learn you to, like, we talk to our son about a lot. He's not having sex, of course not yet. He's only 13 years old. But we say, never use another chick's condom. Always have your own condoms. Girls try to plot and poke holes and do things. You flush the condom yourself, put it in your glove compartment, take it home and flush it here. Like, listen. These girls are taking turkey basters and pulling it out of the condom and inserting and then putting themselves upside down. You don't know this? You think I'm making this up? Keep thinking. Paulie, I'm sorry. And yesterday, speaking of babies, yesterday I made a comment about babies and rotten eggs and, a woman of 45 years old. I've made this comment before, but, to those of you who are new watching our show, just know that sometimes my sense of humor is twisted out of something very painful in my life. For instance, I've shared that I was addicted to cocaine. I could share with you so many funny stories about me sweating and trying to Visine and regarding the baby thing, I've had 2 5-month miscarriages and 1 7-week miscarriage. And no, little Kevin was born out of begging, begging. I gained 103 pounds. I was on bed rest. But anyway, if I offended anybody, I meant no harm, because having babies is serious, serious business. Thank you. I'm thinking that Lindsay Lohan's gonna have to go back to rehab for a 7th time. My opinion, you judge. It's time for a Lindsay update. This time we have the proof, and it's disgusting. That's Lindsay in the Hollywood Hills on Tuesday night. Just last night, according to TMZ, Lindsay was reaching for her purse. That's what Lindsay says. Now, in my best eye, it looks like her hand has overshot the purse because you reach for the purse. Look, you reach for a purse like this. You reach for a bottle like this. Oprah, I don't know what we're gonna do with her. She looks a little disheveled. I'm not judging. Sometimes we all look like that, in the house, out of the house, whatever. All I'm saying is that does not look good right there. And you know what? All right, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, Lindsay, even if you weren't drinking. What are you doing having people over your house or being at somebody's house where the drinks are? What are you, I'll tell you what she's doing, in my mind. About to fall off the wagon. She admitted that she hasn't fallen off the wagon, though, so we're gonna go with that because that's what she said. That's what she said. I love a good "that's what she said" joke, And now that little Kev's 13 years old, believe me, he's full of them, and I zing him right back. That's what she said. She allegedly says that she's overcome her desire to drink and can hang out with drinkers with no problem. Okay, well, you keep fooling yourself. I really don't have anything more to say about this. I think I've said enough. Reportedly, though, she also got insane and belligerent at a New York City karaoke bar. That's a good picture, though, right? She looks hot. I think she looks hot. Hot and messy. That's the way guys like it. This is the look that a lot of girls are trying to achieve. Guys like this look. Anyway, reportedly, she begged the owner of a karaoke bar to keep the karaoke room open. They had to end up calling the cops on her, or no, she called the cops on them. The cops were called, and it was 6 o'clock in the morning, and Lindsay claimed that, they locked her in the bar, and that's why she was still there. Now, let me see. You're out of rehab for 30 days. You're in New York, like the spiciest city in the world, at a karaoke bar until 6 o'clock in the morning. And in a separate incident last night, you were seen reaching for what you say was your handbag. No bueno. This is not good. This is not good. Clap if you think she's reaching for a handbag. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, let's move along to the mother then. just get a few people to clap. Anyway, Lindsay's mother, Dina, has her own set of trouble. See, my thing is, the paparazzi, they badger stars to the point. For instance, Lindsay with that bottle, we shouldn't know about that. Do you realize that that is a paparazzi with a zoom lens zooming in on her personal private thing? I cannot stand cameras. I don't like the paparazzi. I don't like you all with your camera phones and all that stuff, always taking pictures and videos and things. No, I've said this before, like that is my pet peeve. I just don't like it. I don't think everything needs to be photographed. Like, relax, chill. I can talk to you all day if I see you at the mall, but the second you say, can I take a picture? I'm just like, no, thank you, no. But if we're on the line and we're talking, you know, at the restaurant about, you know, how long have you been waiting? How long have you been waiting? Oh, I really like your show. Thank you, I really like your shoes. Can we take a picture together? Damn, no, we can't take a picture. Dina Lohan is blaming her DUI case on the paparazzi, among other things. Well, she and her attorney, Mark Heller, appeared in court yesterday for her DUI case. And they tried to make a very interesting excuse for Dina's drinking and driving. Her lawyer claims that ongoing daily stresses caused by paparazzi and negative media attention led her to DUI. You know what, Dina? Any excuse is better than none. You need to grow up. Dina, it is time for you to grow up and realize the error of your ways. And give your daughter a hug and at least make sure that she stays on the straight and narrow if you're not going to. All right, let's move along. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted already. I'm sorry, I'm loving all my Hot Topic stories all the time, but today particularly, it's just like one passionate story after the other. Let me relax. Calm down. So Brandy Glanville, who's 40 years old, from the Beverly Hills Housewives, vows she's never going to get married again. Look at those cheeks, Brandy. And look what they used to look like back when you were married. That's that hot Eddie Cibrian. Man, he's hot. Anyway, but apparently he's a cad because he cheated on her with Leanne, and now they're divorced, and Brandy is a single mom with a couple of cute boys, but she says that she's never wants to get married again. She said, wow, it's a big cheek difference, right? In fact, she told Life and Style magazine that she doesn't believe that relationships are supposed to be lifelong. There's something to that. And I'm not just talking about boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. I'm talking about all relationships, even friendships. There's a reason and a season. When I'm done, I'm done. Don't exhaust me with your arguing. Only a few people agree. It's okay, you can clap if you mean that. It's okay. I mean, I don't want it to be that way, but that's just the way it is. Even in marriage, you know, till death do us part, or do we just ride it till the wheels fall off? Right? I mean, you hope that when you meet, you know, somebody that you fall in love with, or a new friend that you absolutely adore, and you become best friends, you hope in your mind that it's forever, but life is just not so kind to us sometimes, and sometimes as opposed to holding on, you gotta let go. However, I will say that many people, right after they get divorced, or while they're still dealing with the divorce every day in the tabloids like she has to do, they say they're never gonna get married again. I was married for 5 months. What a mistake. Back when I was like 28 years old. I thought I had the world in a smash, and you know, I grew up in the suburbs. Both my mom and dad are still married, 56 years. So I thought that after I've shared this before, but after, it was only 5 months, but we had the big stupid wedding with that stupid dress and this stupid, it was just stupid. We get back from the honeymoon. I walked down the aisle. I knew I didn't want to get married, but I was just doing something that I thought I was supposed to be doing. After we got the divorce, and it was so ridiculous, the divorce, that I said, I'm never going to get married again. And it wasn't until my present husband and I, it wasn't until we started miscarrying. You know, once we got pregnant, and then you know, we had a 7-week miscarriage, and then we're like, well, maybe our love is strong, and God is doing this to us because he knows we're supposed to be. Oh gosh, we just got all I don't know. We got all weird with it, so we got married. But a lot of people say that they'll never get married again. I mean, married or no married, it's not for everybody. Anyway, Glandy, look what you did. Brandy, look what you did. Thanks, Doug. Look, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills returns Monday, November 4th at 8 o'clock on Bravo. We'll be watching. Thank you. Do you remember when Anthony Geary, who plays Luke from General Hospital, came to our show? He was so nice and so regular and so down to earth. And because I grew up watching General Hospital, Luke and Laura and the whole bit, it was just like, oh my gosh, Anthony Geary's here. Well, you know, he's been with General Hospital for 35 years. Well, no, not wow. Listen to the rest of the story, because they aren't treating him. Yeah, I know, Luke and Laura. They are not treating him like wow. They're treating him like, really? Reportedly, he's now furious because executives want to cut his salary in half. Well, times are hard out here, you know, and so, you know, they want to cut his salary in half. The shocker to me is that his salary is $1.5 million. And I'm thinking, if you've been with the show for 35 years, I don't care how hard times are, you're supposed to be making more than 1.5. Who is his agent? $1 million. Right? I mean, and he wasn't just a random person like one of the Cassadines. Do you remember them? He was Luke. He had the club. He got with Laura. I mean, remember when he was accused of rape? Yeah. I mean, he was a reason to watch the show. Well, now he's 66 years old, and they feel like if he won't accept the pay cut, then they want to get rid of him. And so they want him to go down to 1.5 divided in half. What's that, $750,000? Well, now he's 66 years old. And, you know, I would just take it at this particular point. And I'm going to tell you, I would take it because if they fire, first of all, they're probably going to get rid of him in a horrible way. And for the actors, you know, when their characters go off a cliff in a flaming BMW, like, they don't like that. They don't like to be stabbed off, killed off, or shot in the head. So they're going to do something to get rid of his character in a violent way. If he stays, he'll be a good team player, and he'll show the rest of the cast. You got to figure he's at the top of the food chain with the rest of the cast. So, I mean, damn, Tony Geary's agent. Even Nene makes $1 million a year on The Housewives in Atlanta, and that's only been on for 5 years. Do you understand what I'm equating this to? Somebody's getting robbed. Tony Geary. All right, listen, keep your claps going because we have a great show for you. The very funny Kirk Fox is here. You know, he hosts this new daytime show called The Test. But up next, our friend Ian Drew from Us Weekly is joining us with the inside scoop on some real juicy stories, including more on the new Christian Grey. Don't go far! Inside Scoop, joining us with the juicy stories from Us Weekly magazine. It's our entertainment director friend, Ian Drew.
Hello.
Okay, enough of the chit-chat.
We have so much to talk about. I could have talked about the Lindsay Lohan thing all day, but we have a lot more.
Okay, Christian Grey.
Yeah, Christian Grey. Charlie Hunnam out, we all know that, okay? A lot of people were depressed, some people were very happy that he's out. But now Jamie Dornan has been cast, we found out, late last night. He's 31. He's a former Calvin Klein model.
He's a brunette.
Yeah, and, well, I know you're not a fan of that. But you know, he's only a brunette in certain light. I've seen him, and sometimes he looks like a blonde, so it depends. But anyway, he does. He does.
Really?
Yeah, it's when the light hits him. It's like your eyes. It changes.
I just feel like Christian Grey is a blonde. I'm sure they'll do something about that.
But in the book, he's dark hair.
So tell me about this fella.
Okay, so anyway, this guy is an actor. You know, he was in this British TV show called The Fall. And actually, Lena Dunham tweeted yesterday. I took a look at this. I'm a monstrous Jamie Dornan fan. Wasn't allowed to be attracted to him on The Fall because he played a sex murderer. 50 Shades is my big chance. So he was also a huntsman on Once Upon a Time. But this guy actually got really famous when he dated Keira Knightley.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was with her for 2 years, and everyone was like, who is this guy? He was a model. They met on a shoot.
Yes.
And now he's happily married. He got married in April, and they're having a kid. So he's He's a family man, but he's played these very racy scenes before, so he's going to fit in very well. In The Fall, there was a scene where he masturbated while he choked himself. It was very disturbing stuff.
Very quickly, did I hear that that they were only offering the fellow who was going to play Hunan $125,000 for this role?
Yes, it's so funny because everyone's like, why are they not choosing George Clooney or any of these big actors?
Yes.
Well, they're only paying $125,000. You get what you pay for.
Well, you can't get
Hate to
Zac
say
Efron
it.
at that rate.
Yeah, definitely not. Maybe times 10.
Yeah.
but,
Well,
yeah.
we'll still be watching the movie. I kind of like it that I don't know either one of the actors.
And Dakota Johnson is still in it,
Good.
of course. Sam Taylor Wood is friends with Melanie Griffith, her mom.
Yes.
So, there's a little bit of politics going on, so she's going to hold on to that role.
Yeah. Let's move along to this Catherine McPhee story, which is so scandalous. Go.
Okay. Well, you saw the pictures, right, everyone? It was on TMZ this week. Now, these pictures came out...
That's not her husband, and that's not his wife.
Exactly. Here you go. They're both married. She's married to, of course, a much older guy named Nick Kokas, who's also her manager. And then he is married to Mary McCormick, who is the wife in Howard Stern's Private Parts.
Right.
She's done a bunch of other TV shows as well.
But more importantly, they have 3 children together. So
Yes.
now the home is all wrecked up.
2, 6, and 9. But as of last
Young
night,
kids.
we just learned, actually, this morning, she kicked him out of the house after this.
Mary McCormick?
So, yeah. So she took it into her own hands. Now, I have to say, though, when I first saw this, I was like, oh, there are shades of Kristen Stewart going on here. But if you look at the photos, I'm not buying that they weren't in on it. I mean, this looks like a photo shoot.
Well,
it's
she's
a little
got a new
different.
album out.
Yeah, well, coming out.
Coming
She's
out.
working on her 4th album.
But why would he want to be a party to it? You see, there's no love. Hollywood is shady boots.
You know what? When you have any notoriety in Hollywood, you
God.
can boost that into a job, even if you're behind the scenes. That's how it is. If you have a little bit of fame, suddenly everyone wants you because you've got something to make the project a little hotter.
Do you think that maybe she knew the picture was being taken and he didn't? Because why would he want to wreck up his house?
Well, we don't know what else was going on. I mean, she said she's been separated for 6 months.
Oh.
But that's kind of very convenient, right? Oh, so she happens to be separated right when these photos come out. But he might have also had some problems going on, and that led up to this. So
Okay.
we don't really know the full story yet. But I bet you Mary McCormick is going to say something pretty soon.
All right. Well,
Look out
we'll
for
keep
that.
watching. All right. Tell me about Jamie Foxx and Katie Holmes. They're saying that they're all hooking up and stuff.
They are. Or they were.
Why would
All
you
right.
want to mess with the power of Tom Cruise?
Yes.
Like, of all things.
Well, that's why he's being very careful about this.
Find himself in an
That's why
in a
he's
back
denying
alley
it.
someplace, you
Yeah.
know?
Now, if you guys remember, they were partying in the Hamptons on August 24th.
No, I don't remember.
Oh, this is when the story broke. They were
Okay.
partying in the Hamptons. They were at a benefit. They got a little too close. Rumors started circulating, but we did some digging.
The benefit was at a private house, Ron Perlman's.
Where they were both staying.
I do remember the house.
Yes.
They were staying in his mansion that night, so you know how that goes.
And people just happened to spot her going up the stairs with him at 1:30 in the morning. Then we dug into this more. They've been hooking up a little bit in New York. She was seen leaving his hotel here. He's been here filming Annie. So everything's sort of adding up. Now, when we dug even further, we found out...
I didn't even realize she's the type of girl to be down with the swirl. Okay.
We didn't either at first.
I like it.
Yeah.
Although, I still wouldn't want to mess with Tom Cruise and his Hollywood power and his magical spells and weirdness.
Well, that's why... That's why this was just testing the waters a little bit. And Jamie put out the statement saying it's not true. And, he doesn't want to mess with any of that stuff. And he's friends with actually both of them. He met Katie because he is friends with Tom.
Okay, like I said, Hollywood, shade E.
Exactly. But,
Thank you, Ian.
But Jamie wants to keep the doors open for other people, too. Let's not play around. He's a lot like George Clooney.
Yeah, Katie Holmes is not a keeper.
Yeah.
But you are. So
Oh.
I'll see you next time you come back.
Anytime.
Ian Drew,
Anytime.
everybody. For all the latest celebrity news, pick up Us Weekly magazine. Your new issue is on newsstands now. Up next, it's time for Ask Wendy. Welcome back, my friends. It's time for Ask Wendy. How you doing?
Hey, Wendy, I'm Nicole. How you doing?
Hi, Nicole. How can I help?
So, Wendy, a friend of mine, we've been friends for about 6 months.
Okay.
I have a crush on him, but he's currently in a relationship. But the relationship's not going too well. He complains about her. He asks me for advice. And like you were saying earlier, I think he should move on, but move on with me. So my question to you, Wendy, is when's the appropriate time for me to make my move?
How long has he been with this girlfriend that he's having problems with?
Not that long. They're not technically girlfriend and boyfriend. They're just dating.
How long have they been dating about?
Maybe like 2 months.
Okay. They don't have any kids together yet, do they?
No, they don't.
Well, you know what? Here's what I would do. I would say to him, and now mind you, you're gonna have to be brave because
Okay.
if he's not checking for you, you're gonna have to deal with it, okay?
Right.
But you know what you tell him? Please stop asking me about your love life. I have the biggest crush on you and I just don't wanna get in the way. Tell him, but don't tell him with tears in your eyes and all sappy. You know, otherwise then he'll feel weird.
Right.
Let him know you're crushing on him.
Okay.
Or tell him to watch the show. Okay? All right, Nicole. Good luck, Nicole. Hi, how you doing?
Wendy. How you doing? My name is Leslie. I'm 24 years old, and I'm engaged. I've been in my relationship for 6 months now, and we have a 2-year-old son. We're in the process of buying a house, and I'm in my first year of college right now. He already wants me to take a semester off of class.
Okay.
So my question is, should I appease him, or should I stay on my track?
Well, why does he want you to take a semester off?
Well, he wants us to work on our relationship and work on our family dynamic, because our son's kind of young right now.
Yeah, but so what?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you're in school during the day or at night? You're not-
That's the thing, Wendy. I only go 2 days a week, Wednesday nights and Sunday mornings. So I'm like,
Why do I smell a man trying to hold a girl back? You know, some guy, listen. You know, it's already, you're only 20 years old.
24.
All right, you're 24 years old and you have a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
I would stay in school and just keep an eye on a possible sexist fiance
Yeah.
in aisle 2. You
Yeah.
know, no, don't you take off from school.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much, Wendy.
Good luck with everything. We're gonna take a quick break. Let me ask you something. How do you get your parents who desperately want you to get married off your back? We'll deal with that next with more Ask Wendy. Keep it here. We're back. And we have more Ask Wendy. How you doing?
Hi, how you doing? Hi, Wendy. My name is Bosede. I am 32 years old. My family's from Nigeria. So in my culture, people are usually married with a few children by 30. Every family gathering, my father, before dinner or after, is praying that I find a husband. It's completely embarrassing because it's not just in front of my family, but visitors and friends. And so I know his intentions are good, but it is embarrassing for me. So Thanksgiving is coming up, and I'm just trying to figure out how do I approach him about it without hurting his feelings.
See, this is not just a regular girl. This is a cultural thing with her. So, you know what I would say? Oh, God, I can't believe I'm saying this. Ignore your father. Let him get... And you know what? Ignore him. And you might be embarrassed, but believe me, the other adults there understand your pain. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's looking at you crazy. You know, it's cultural for you. Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
Do you ever bring a boyfriend home?
No.
Is it because you don't like them to see your family because of the pressure or because you don't date?
I date.
Yes?
But I don't want it to be like a rotating door, so unless I know it's like going somewhere
Then ignore him. I mean, he's old. He doesn't know. He doesn't know the score of a modern day woman. Ignore him and go on about your business, okay?
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I'm sorry. I'll counsel you through the break. She was supposed to be next. Up next, everybody from the test, Kirk Fox is here. Recently, talk show host and comedian Kirk Fox stopped by to tell us about his new show, The Test. Take a look.
Time to get down to business.
Oh, that sounds good.
Family business.
Oh, yes.
Family time.
My daughter calls him daddy because you left.
You left!
Family ties.
Don't let a piece of like this break your heart.
But to fix the family, you've got to know who your family is first.
Please welcome Kirk Fox.
I love you.
Thank you. Oh.
I don't want to sit on your glasses.
It's okay.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. It's always nice to meet another tall.
I am a tall.
Have you noticed that my couch is accommodating to our long legs?
I kind of like it. I might take a section of it with me.
Well, we custom raised it like 4 inches.
I
just
feel
because
good.
Yeah.
On the couch with a beautiful woman.
Yes.
Can't go wrong.
Every high school boy's dream. You're a mess.
And you're wearing salmon, my favorite color.
Thank you. Well, it is very, very nice to meet you. I love, when you go on Parks and Recreation. He's also on Parks and Recreation. But this new venture that you have, The Test is the second best show on TV.
That's
honestly.
not bad. I'm in good company.
Honestly, no.
I'll take 2.
So it's compared to Jerry Springer and Maury Povich. And you explain to everybody how it's different.
Well, it's different because we take a little elements of every show that we love, all right? We even have some of this I'm stealing. But also courtroom. Someone's coming on, they need a definitive answer.
Yeah.
So we're using lie detector, DNA drug test, but every show, someone will get that answer.
Yes.
And the other shows, they stress the conflict.
Yes.
Listen, there's going to be conflict.
As soon as you give the answer.
But I want the resolution. I'd rather someone leave there better than when they arrived.
Now, here's the thing. Because, like me, you were asked to change a couple of things about your looks for your, yeah, me too.
I had to clean it up.
Me too.
I lost some things that had been a big part of my life.
Not me, but... Look.
Some things they don't want to take away. You know that.
Tell me what you had to change.
I've had a mustache most of my life. My dad had one. My mother had one.
There's the picture. Your dad had one, your mother had one.
I didn't want to see that, but now I miss it even more. But they wanted to lose the mustache. They felt it wasn't good if a 70s porn star was giving advice.
Yeah. I had to lose spaghetti straps and cleavage. Yeah. But, it's worth the sacrifice.
But that mustache, I don't know why they won't let me have that back. Every morning I get up
Kirk.
and I go to... When I shave every morning, I feel like my mustache says, is this the day you just let us run? Can we come back?
But listen, your show is going to be on for a very long time, so get used to no mustache. Listen, in addition to having regular people like us on his show, Kirk also has some special guests ripped out of Hot Topics, like Lamar Odom's mistress.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I sat down with her.
The lie detector test and the whole bit, and Michael and Dina Lowen. Now, what were they like?
It wasn't as comfortable as this. It was war. I was in between war.
They
don't like each other, I'm gonna give you that, but these were two people who they just wanted to get the truth out. There's been so much said. I mean, my whole show is about the truth. That's all I want. I'm coming in, let's just be honest and see if we can clean the slate and then go from there.
Now explain this photo right here, because I see you're jumping over a couch trying to get away from your own people.
Well, I live in fear.
Don't we all?
And it is conflict. And before I can get to the resolution, sometimes I have to run away and hide and then come back with ammo. I mean, they had me join a gym. Wendy?
Really?
They wanted me to put on more muscle.
Put on more muscle.
And I've been in the gym.
Yeah.
And it hasn't really worked. I'm mostly sharp edges.
Yes.
All right? I have a lot of right angles, so if someone comes at me, they might get cut. But,
jabbed.
But I'm actually trying to add a button that just ejects me out of the seat.
out of there. Well, it's a really juicy show, but you're no stranger to juiciness yourself. At one point, Kirk was in a very high-profile marriage to Allison Eastwood.
Was I?
Clint Eastwood's daughter.
I forgot about that.
Now, you guys got divorced.
Can I just say something? I do miss him. No. Listen, I gotta tell you, we were young. She did say she married me because I reminded her of Clint, and that was amazing because that was the exact same reason I married her. Listen, Vegas, There was Vegas, there was champagne, but if I can give your viewers a piece of advice.
Yes.
Don't marry someone because their father is your favorite actor.
Advice well taken. Everybody clap it up for Kirk Fox. Thank you for being here.
Wendy.
We love your show. It's a brand new show. It's called The Test. Look for it weekdays. Check your local listings. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's Throwback Thursday time. Our first throwback photo is Snooki, who is a serious contender on Dancing with the Stars this season. And her throwback picture shows you exactly why. She's flexible, she's light on her feet, and it looks like she'll be on Dancing with the Stars for a few more weeks. That was her back in high school. Our next throwback picture is our friend Kelly Rowland. You know, she's bringing the sexy on X Factor this season, but back in the day, she was so cute too, right? And now it's my turn. Halloween is next week, and one of my favorite memories as little Kevin grows up is doing stuff that I had to do, like taking him to the pumpkin patch. And so here we are, he's only 3 years old, and we're in the pumpkin patch. Yeah, I don't miss those times. I don't. Now I just want to go to the grocery store, get a pumpkin. I don't have to buy him a costume. There's no trick-or-treating. I'm not even opening the front door, okay? And the lights will be off. Anyway, that's your Throwback Thursday photo gallery. Thank you so much. Listen, follow me on Instagram. I would love to see some pictures of you and you more of me and whatnot, okay? So keep it here, and we'll be right back. I want to thank today's guests, Kirk Fox, Us Weekly's Ian Drew, and of course my fabulous co-host, my studio audience. Tomorrow, 3 outspoken personalities join me as we break down the week's hottest topics in our Hot Talk panel. Plus, we're going to show you tomorrow the hottest Halloween costumes for the year, okay? So I love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time, right here on Wendy!